Yes, guys, welcome to Bala Sport. How you guys doing? Man, I got the whole crew with me today, man. Got my
Yes,
brother
sir.
Kobe, Jermaine, Charles, Podcast C, and of course your host, Moose. How you want to call me, Mufasa? I'm good. Moose is in the building. What's going on, guys?
What's going on, man?
Good, man. How you?
You guys doing, man? Been a
Doing
hell
that day
of a
off?
weekend, man.
Oh, yeah.
Sunday's a shake-off, man. What a December, man. What December tell us, man? We're going to get straight to sports. It is sports talk. I'm so glad to have you guys there, man. Feeling blessed, man. I feel blessed to have all three of you guys with me here today. It's been a long time coming, man. We're here.
I must say, it's great to be a Bills and a Spurs fan right now.
Is it
Yeah,
great to be a Falcon fan?
Or who fan?
A Falcon.
Lakers
Atlanta
fan,
Falcons.
Lakers fan. Yes, we ain't talking football. We ain't talking about
Man, them guys gave me a heart
If
attack
you a
last
Falcons
night, man.
fan, then I hope you happy to be a Falcons fan, but I ain't no
I put
Falcons
it-
fan, so.
They
I
still
put in
got
my
a job.
transfer portal papers.
Where you going? Where you portaling to?
And only time will tell.
Is it a good spot to be an Eagles fan right now?
It's
feel
gonna be a
good, man.
spot that holds the title.
It feels good to be an Eagle fan. It's always feel good to be an Eagle fan. I had to represent me with the Kelly Greens, man. But this December football doesn't whisper, it just exposed. So we got to get to it, man, because playoff is around the corner. And this weekend, man, we got the Pretenders or the Contenders. Every team that showed up. And of course, man, the legends is being tested. And so few teams fumble, or should I say the fall, which is the Pretenders like the Cowboys and so on. Thank you, Viking fans. Appreciate you guys, man. But welcome to Bala Sport, like I
why
said.
not?
Well, let's get this thing started with the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs are officially eliminated from the playoff, and if that wasn't worse enough, Patrick Mahomes tore his ACL. That's not just a loss. That's an earthquake across the NFL. Because for the first time in his career, Mahomes, the Magic Mahomes, is not in the playoff, going against, of course, the Buffalo Bills, man. But I want to get you guys' take on this. With Mahomes being hurt, does that leave the AFC wide open for any team to make the run, or how does team respond to these opportunities, should I call it? Because they've been the best team in the AFC for the past 6-7 years. What is your take on it, Jay? Once you're the Bill fan out here.
I mean, the AFC is wide open right now, but as good as Patrick Mahomes is, every run comes to an end. Great run comes to an end. I ain't saying it's over, because next year they can very well be in the playoffs and make a noise again, but you bound to have 1 year, a couple years where you're just not making it. And it started off with the suspension for, I believe, their wide receiver was Shea Rice.
Yep.
Then they had injuries this year, and they just started off in a bad way. Kelsey is up there in age. He's either going to retire after this year, probably next year. And teams finally figuring him out, man. Like the Chargers got better. The Broncos got better. The Raiders is the Raiders, unfortunately. But man, you got a lot of teams in the AFC that can make it. I mean, you don't have no Joe Burrow, no Patrick Mahomes. So I'm liking how it's going right now. But you got some tough teams, man. Broncos is tough. Chargers is tough. The Patriots is tough. The Bills is going to be a hard out. Houston is playing very well right now. Their defense is stout, man. We played them this year. They had 8 sacks against us. Like, I think they like on a 4 or 5 game win streak. So it's anything possible, man. All you got to do is make it to the playoffs, and you have a chance. That's all I can really say about it.
Okay, see?
Yeah, the name pretty much, he said it. You got the AFC is loaded right now. Like you said, the Bills, they look pretty good. I mean, I don't think they have a top 10 defense, so we'll see in the future where that'll go. You know what I mean? But offensively, they looking good. They starting to level out the offense with Josh Allen throwing the ball and Cooks running. Then you of course you got the Patriots, the leaders, not the leaders of the AFC anymore because they lost. Above now is Denver leading the AFC. You got them over there, Denver. You can't forget Denver. I mean, a lot of people not talk about the Chargers or the Jags, which and Baltimore. They fighting for their division with Green Bay. I mean, not Green Bay, with the Steelers. So I mean, it's a lot of teams in the AFC that could, if they make the playoffs and get hot at the right time, who knows? I mean, but as far as Kansas City, I mean, they needed a reality check, and I think this is just setting them up for because Patrick Mahomes hurt, so I think this is just going to set them up for a good pick in the draft, and I think they might be going for that kid out of Ohio State, Jeremiah. I think receiver for Ohio State.
Jeremiah Smith.
Yeah, Jeremiah Smith. I think that's what they try to do, set it up because they need weapons. You need someone that's going to complement, Hollywood and Travis Kelce, because Travis Kelce getting a little older. So, he's a good third option, so, and like Jay said, they might be, he might retire next year, the year after. So that's where I stand with the AFC.
Kobe?
Yeah, no, they nailed it right on the dot. I think the biggest thing was with KC last year, and a lot of I think they won like the most like one possession games where they were able to close it out. And this year they just total opposite. They just hung around, playing catch up, and they just couldn't finish the games. And then obviously they were fighting for a playoff spot, and Patrick Mahomes going down. I think regardless they were going to lose that game. They just could not do anything in the second half against the Chargers. And there's too many strong teams. They just couldn't finish games. And I just think, like you said, runs come to an end. They had a great run the last, 5-6 years? 4 out of 6 years going to the Super Bowl. Or no, wait. Well, they went there 5 times. Well, whatever. But they're right there every single year the last 5-6 years. But, like they said, like Jay said, run, your time comes and, their run ended. And obviously, with exclamation point with Mahomes going out, who knows how long he'll be out, at least probably majority of the year because he had ACL tear. So that's at least 8 to 10 months. But yeah, there's so many good teams coming out of nowhere this year.
Unless they ain't trying to rush him back and be like, okay, let's
Yeah,
rush him back and have him. But I wouldn't rush him back.
No, at this point, I mean, if it's going to happen, glad that it happened now, just because the last 3 weeks, I mean, it doesn't really matter now. They're already out of contention to get in there. So, but yeah, I'm curious to see what the Chargers. They're a sneaky team. They got a good offense. They got a really good disciplined defensive team. Same thing with Texans. I'm just still kind of skeptical on CJ Stroud and like their offense being consistent, but their defense is always going to keep them in games. Jaguars still, I like to see them do good just because it's Jaguars. I don't think they've never been in a Super Bowl, but yeah, just to see, it'll be interesting, man, just to see who comes out. But I think this is a wide open door for anyone, but especially the Bills, because they've always had their Achilles heel was always Casey. So this is their chance now. I mean, this, like you said, this is it.
Yeah.
Come on, Josh.
If you don't make it, it's a bust.
It's a Super Bowl or bust, man. But let's be clear, though. Yeah, but let's be clear, like most of you guys already say, but let's be clear. This is not the end of the Kansas City Chiefs, but this is just the end of an era.
A little reset.
Right. It's just the end of an era for Rasta move and everything else, because they had a long run and like you guys nailed it. But this is not the end of Kansas City Chiefs because you still got an injury and Patrick Mahomes. So let's get that straight.
30 years old.
No, without a doubt.
Listen,
you got to remember, they
Stephen
still got
Curry missed the playoffs
there.
and they still came back and won a championship. So anything is possible. It's just this year, it just started off wrong. Once the suspension happened, they just wasn't the same team. And you know what I'm saying? Teams got better. The Chargers, y'all played them twice a year. Denver got better. They played them twice a year. Teams are going to figure out after, 6 or 7 years of getting beat by you. Teachers got better this year. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it shows being 11-3. Like, teams get better eventually, you know what I'm saying? Like, after a while, you would hope teams would get better. And then the unfortunate thing happened with him getting hurt, tearing his ACL. But Kelce is up there in age. And to be honest, their defense is good, but their offense this year was just bad. Just bad.
How many drops did they have?
This probably was their worst offense in the last 6 years, easily.
Yeah.
Speaking of drop, did y'all see Tony Jefferson hit on Rashid Rice during the game? Coming across the middle. Ooh, that play.
I think I missed that.
And it was legal. It was 100% legal. No, that was the Chargers and what's the name?
Chiefs. This week, right?
Rashid Rice came across the middle, caught it. As soon as he caught it,
laid him out.
Tony Jefferson smacked him, laid him out. And it
I'll
was
have to look it up.
100% legal. And I was like, that's how you hit somebody. And there you go with what Kobe said. They had a lot of drop passes. That was one of the drop passes for, for a big game. Laid them out. You guys got to go check it out. Yeah.
Well, I
All
think
right,
too the
guys, man,
biggest
let's
thing
go.
was
Go ahead, bro.
no. I'm just gonna say just quick little note like teams like the Chargers or Texans like because they play. I think they played them both. I think they played the Texans, but they're
They
just
played the Texans.
the KC does not play well against very physical teams. I just felt like it just they got rattled.
Yeah, the Chargers actually beat them twice this year, which is real shocking.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing, somebody got to knock them off the crumbs, man. But moving on to the next game, bro, man, they said December football is about responding when punched, but the Cowboys flinch. Never get back to this. I love talking about the Cowboys, so you already know this is a good topic for
There
me,
you go.
especially
You
what
like
we got
Stephen
going
A.
on.
Smith. You Stephen A. Smith brother.
The Dallas Cowboys hosted Minnesota Vikings, a team that has nothing to play for but everything to prove. Thank you, J.J. McCarthy and the Cowboys for doing what y'all did. I mean, the Vikings, excuse me, for doing what y'all did, man. But before I get to my personal feelings about it, I'm going to let you guys tell me, man, what went wrong for the Cowboys?
What in this
Podcast?
particular
Kobe,
game or just
that's
in
your
general?
team, bro.
Go ahead, Kobe. Yeah, you right. Kobe, he's a Viking fan, man. Go ahead, talk to me, man.
I
How
mean,
your
well,
team?
I'll say this. I mean, even though we got nothing to play for, but in a sense, we do. In the fact that JJ just wants to prove himself, being that he's only 8 games into his career. But I love the fact that he's going out there. He's the gunner, constantly going to fight, play hard. I respect that. I just want him to grow from this. But piggyback on what you were talking about, what went wrong for the Cowboys. They just came in. I think they came into the game thinking that they've been great at home, and we were just going to lay over because we got nothing to play for because we're not in the playoffs. Since Chicago won, and we came out. We played tough. They came out. The first quarter scoring 2 touchdowns, but I mean for the most part we kept them at bay. They didn't really make a lot of big drives consistently just outside of that first quarter, but we just put a lot of a lot of pressure on the front, and we just exposed them. Just outplayed them, and I mean, it was, I was like, I mean, yeah, we didn't make the playoffs. It's kind of like, all right, well, why win games and try to get a better pick? But I mean, it was nice to see because I know everyone had their money on Cowboys, so they showed up, they played harder, and they just made the big play when needed, and they just punched them right in the mouth.
Love every bit of it.
Yes,
Podcast,
sir.
talk to me, man. What wrong for the Cowboys?
Hey, man, like Kobe said, man, JJ came out and he was playing his ass off, man. He is excited. He, like you said, he had to prove himself. And when he did the gritty going into the end zone,
So he faked everybody out.
I knew it was over. Cause I was like, they going out there, like you said, Kobe, they going out there, they don't have anything to play for, but they going out there to have fun. And when
Yep.
teams go out there to have fun like that, and they should have a mentality like that when they come into this next season, let's go out there and have fun, and let's cross our T's and dot our I's, and try to make the playoffs this year. But as far as the Cowboys go, I knew it was going to happen. Every year they get the Cowboys get the fans all wild up, and they start talking crazy. Oh, we're gonna make it to the Super Bowl. I remember last year when Dak Prescott, when the Eagles won the Super Bowl, and talk about something. Yeah, we could have been in the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
No, you can't. No, you
Talk to
can't.
me.
You the black Tony Romo. No, you cannot. I am on your ass, Dallas. All your fans too. Y'all talk all crazy and get wild up because you got a hot start, and then just like Dallas and the Cowboys, and in the middle of the year after 8 games, start coming down to reality. And that's all I got to say about that.
Love it. Jermaine, what went wrong for the Cowboys
I
throughout
know
the
it's his
season?
second year, man, but they let J.J. McCarthy, the rookie, come up there in Dallas World and take their lunch money. But I must start off with this. The first mistake was you let Michael Parsons leave. That leads me to this. One of the best defensive players in the league, and I hope he all right. I know he tore his ACL or PCL as well. Prayers up to him. I hope he's, get better fast.
Most definitely.
That defense is historically bad. And I mean, it's been bad for like the past couple years. And you let Michael Parsons go. How far did you really think you was gonna go? And then you during the trade deadline, you go get Quentin Williams and all these people. You had one of the best defensive players in the building. You let him walk, all because you want to be Jerry Jones, somebody who don't want nobody to disobey you and all this. And this is what you get. And then for me, the second reason is Pickens, man. When he plays, he's one of the best. But when he don't want to play, he just don't want to play. And I don't know what makes him be like that, but last couple games, he just haven't showed up at all. And we all know George Pickens is better what he's been doing these past couple games. He got 1,100 yards.
Oh, he's been
But
beasting.
when he don't want to play, he just don't want to play. And that is going to never change with George Pickens. That's just been George Pickens his whole career. That's why Pittsburgh let him go.
You right. I meant to say about them Cowboys defense. You're 100% correct
Yeah.
because they pass defense is
Huh?
horrible. That secondary is
Terrible.
horrible. Dude, they
Horrible.
could put up 30 or 40 points, but
Horrible.
guess
That's
what? Other teams, they is shredding the needle on them safeties and corners, man. You was 100% correct with
Fred,
that.
man. You might as well call them boys Swiss cheese because they in the crater just getting swissed up. I mean, we can go out there and score 40 on that team. I mean, and then you got the Trayvon Diggs who basically been giving up everything, who getting concussions at the house. I mean, and technically he's your next best defensive player, and he's not even there. So
Out of there. He's
they-
out of there.
they need to tighten it up on defense and need to get a. To me, I like Javonte Williams, but they need a number one running back as well.
See, this is the thing I always say about the Cowboy fans, man. Y'all Super Bowl is against the Philadelphia Eagles. Since I've been a Eagle fan, every Cowboy fan that I know is always celebrating beating the Eagles. But that's not the point. The point is why we're wrong for the Cowboys. Cowboys losing is not shocking to me. I don't think it's shocking to anybody. It's December. This is what they do. This is not surprising to me. But it's the way they lost. That was the problem. You on the road. I mean, you at home hosting the Vikings, 5-19, who basically got nothing to lose, like you say. But JJ got a lot to prove, and I love what he did, and I thank you for doing that. But I am not surprised the Cowboys lost. They just had the loss every season. In December or January, wherever it is, when the weather starts dropping, the Cowboys are like the Miami Dolphins. They're going to fold. But in this game, bro, this exposed everything I've been saying to Cowboys fans, bro. And I even take a note just to talk about this shit. Because I was talking to Cowboy fans. You know, some of my closest friends are Cowboy fans. That's how crazy life is. It's an Eagle fan. I said, fuck them every day. It is what it is. But this exposed a lot of things, man. Cowboy fans, y'all gotta stop pretending that your team is that shit. Your team is really not. Your team been terrible for 20 plus years. Yes, the media rights and all that kind of crazy shit with Jerry Jones. Blame Jerry Jones all you want. But as an Eagle fan, like I told you, the main thing is about winning, not about the brand. This is sports, bro. San Antonio Spurs never was the biggest marketing. 5 championships. We see what's going on over here in Milwaukee. They even won a championship. We see what OKC is doing. But all Cowboy fans talk about, we're the American team. We're America's team. 1% chance to make it to the
Just to
playoffs.
piggyback off that,
Get out of here, man.
I know
Go
the
ahead.
Buffalo Bills haven't said nothing, but we have to stop living off those Super Bowls from the 1990s. That is long gone, Cowboys fans. This is the new Cowboys in reality. 30 years later, y'all have to show up in the playoffs. I don't remember the last time y'all even won a playoff game.
Shit. Probably
Man, I'm
Romo
not even
days.
gonna spend so many time on here taking all this time away from talking about the Cowboys because I got so much to say about the Cowboy fan, man. That's a story for another day because it's something I'm gonna do every day when I say a Cowboy fan. I'm gonna tell you guys again the same thing I tell a Cowboy fan. The offense identity get uncomfortable when things get tough, and that's Dak Prescott. I am not saying Jalen Hurts is better, but in any tough situation, I take my quarterback any day, any given day, in any tough situation, because he said it after the game. He's built for moments like this. The main thing is the main thing, bro. And a lot of Cowboy fans out there, my boy, who spoke about this today, you guys' defense never was great since last year. And Jermaine and this guy said the same thing. You guys give up your best defensive player. What does that say about you guys? You're not a really good team, bro. Like, the whole thing about it is about the brand. Let's just be real with it. Without the brand, you guys probably would be ready to get into the Canadian League or some shit if there was a registration in the NFL. But it's all okay, man. I'm not here to
Hey,
prolong this shit.
Musa, I have to play devil's advocate.
Take your time.
I know this is personal and it hit close to home because you're Eagles fan, but this is not a biased show, right? And I'm going to say this: Dak Prescott was not the problem this year. This year, he was not the problem this year. I give him credit. I don't even think he got close to 7 interceptions this year. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. I will give Dak Prescott his props this year. He's been throwing for like 2 something almost every game. He haven't had a bad game that we could all think of off the top of our heads. So I think it's more of that Dallas defense. If they don't tighten that up in the future, they might as well call it quits now. And the Eagles have their number. Like you can't. Dak Prescott talked too much. First of all, you shouldn't have said what you said last year about the Eagles won the Super Bowl. That would have been us and this and that and we were 1 game away. No, you wasn't. You gotta stop it.
No, dude, I get that. Yes, you do got about 10. I think about 10 interceptions, right? I'm not saying Doc is the problem, but when things get uncomfortable for these guys in the offense, they struggle. When things get uncomfortable, like last night, when Minnesota started making them stop, and then they can't hit the field goals, that wasn't really making us do. The game was really there for you guys to win it because the momentum is that Philly struggling. And we see what happened when Philly lost last week. Jalen Hurts threw them 5 interception and break NFL record with an interception and a fumble in the same game. Cowboy fans talking about how much they believe. They believe they could do it. And then now you guys come and lose back-to-back game. When things get uncomfortable, struggle. But we've
Listen,
seen
I
it.
hate to say it, but they have way better players on offense than the Buffalo Bills, meaning wide receivers. And Josh Allen find a way to get it done.
He
Even
find a
though our
way.
defense is historically bad, just like Dallas this year. It's like I said, George Pickens not wanting to play and that defense being bad caused a whole train effect on that whole team, man. Point blank period. When you got a great wide receiver who just quit, that's nothing you can really do for that.
You go to your third option. You go to your tight ends. Like
He went to
they don't have
he
you
went to
gotta have your
Flournoy or
plays.
whatever his name is. His name Flournoy. He
Yeah,
went to
Flournoy,
him,
yeah.
but that ain't gonna get it done. We didn't play Flournoy to be the second best. We played George Pickens.
But that's the thing. When you're playing a team like Minnesota, right? This is where coaching come involved. Offensive coordinator and the head coach. Okay, we see Pickens is not giving his all. They don't have the play. The Minnesota Vikings do not have a playbook. They didn't go into the game talking about something. Oh, we got to watch Florida. They ain't gonna know. It's mostly CeeDee Lamb and Pickens, and then Williams in the backfield. That's where their game plan is at.
I'm glad you
So
said
that's
that.
where you have to implement at halftime and say, listen, Pickens, or even during the game, Pickens is not playing well.
I
CeeDee
think he
Lamb is
had
in. Let's get
what,
Fourier. Let's run some plays for Fourier.
one
And that's
catch
how
for
you
10
catch teams
yards in the
off
third
guard.
quarter is unacceptable.
Yeah,
Unacceptable for George Pickens.
Yo,
you
I
like you damn
agree.
near
I
checked
agree
out.
100%. But my thing is, like, as a head coach and as an offensive coordinator, you guys have to make changes on the fly. If you're not a coach that can make changes on the fly, or offensive coordinator that can make changes on the fly, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna be in these predicaments where you have a chance to go to the playoffs and you let Minnesota come in, they don't have nothing to lose,
Nothing.
beat you.
34
Which makes the
points.
team
That's all I
dangerous.
can say. 34.
What makes a team dangerous, exactly.
And the thing with the Cowboys coaching, like all season I've been saying this, but fans others like to argue with me because I'm an Eagle fan. I'm just being biased, right? But their coaching is more of a reactive instead of decisive. There's a difference. They just react. They don't have no defensive. Like when you could just see it. When we get down, we're gonna talk about the Buffalo Bills. Why I think this Buffalo Bill team right now, for me, I trust this team more than I trust any team in the past because they had a head coach now to understand how to win game, how to make adjustments in game. Adjustments in games goes a long way than just coming out just to trying to react. Because everybody out there's a pro. These guys get paid to play this game. So if you're just gonna react to what they're doing, they're just gonna upscale that shit. Be decisive on what you want to do. That's the same struggle that I had with the Philadelphia Eagles this season. The beginning of the season, we all seen that they struggle on offense. Yes, we could say because of new OC, but we're going to get to that. But this Cowboys team never really was made to go any further, even if they would have made it to the playoff. Because what is the coaching? What is the defense, like you guys say? But we're not going to spend all night talking about these bums, man. This is a Philadelphia Falcons, Bills, and the Vikings show, man. Fuck them Cowboys, boy.
Yes, sir.
Go home. Sit down. Watch us win another Super Bowl. Maybe.
Good win, Vikings. Good win.
See,
Vikings and Falcons, they play upset.
Yes, sir.
Yo.
Going on the road, get a big
Jay,
win on
where
the
you
road.
at? Yes, sir. Yo, but let's move on to the next, man. Yes, you guys are about to hurt me right out there for the audience, man. Take your time and listen to this again, man. And this is right. Phillip Rivers, 44 years old, survived his first game. And what part of a quarterback? I think that, what a dual quarterback system this is. But CJ, man, I'm gonna start with you. Podcast C, I gotta start calling you CJ, man. That's what I'm used to. My bad, brother. What do we expect for the next coming weeks from Phillip Rivers moving forward with the Colts?
You got Phillip Rivers, a coach for a high school team, I believe, or a pop Porter team, stuff like that coming in. I mean, I don't really want to talk much about this because Phillip Rivers, 44 years old, he threw for like 170 yards. He didn't do much. He pretty much looked like one of us, like me and all the other dads at a Home Depot that just woke up in the morning and said, "Let me go play a game of football." You know what I'm saying? He did what he could do. You know what I mean? And he gave them boys a scare. I figured they was going to lose the game, even if it was a field goal. The NFL not about to let this guy come back, win a game like that after being sitting on the couch for 5 years, and then going against a dominant team like that. But other than that, like, I mean, it's really not much to say. He didn't play good. I mean, he did. I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm kind of confused because I really did watch the game, watch the highlights of it, and he did what he did. I mean, he did what I expected him to do. Nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah, Kobe.
Yeah, I'm just glad he survived that game because he's probably one hit away just being out for. Like, come on, the guy hasn't played in 5 years.
I didn't.
Yo,
One
that's
hit
a
away,
fact,
man.
bro. That's
So
a fact,
God
bro.
bless him, man. He survived, man. For 5 years coming in, all these young boys. Somebody want to pop him. Just get one hit on Phillip Rivers. But I mean that's a tough spot to be in. Go on the road in Seattle, of all places. Seattle's always been tough, back in Legion of Boom and all that. When they had their stout defense, and even now they're good. I mean, he survived. He got through. He had, like you said, 170 yards, a touchdown. Had that pick at the end, but it was kind of airborne. He kind of overthrew his man a little bit. I mean, I guess it could have been worse. I mean, they were in the game. They lost by a field goal at the very end. So I mean, could have went in there and just sung up the joy and lost 30-0. But basically made it a field goal game. And who knows what the narrative would have been if they ended up coming out of there with a win. Colts playoffs still alive. But I mean, they lost. But I give them credit. I mean, shit, for the oldest player in the league now, passing up Rodgers, going in there, 44 years old. I mean, I guess we'll see what happens next. But it ain't gonna get easier because now they got to play San Fran, and then if you can survive that, they go to at the Texans or play. I mean,
Survive that is
good
crazy.
luck, dude. Jaguars. I mean, that's their next 3 games. So if he survives that, man, maybe we'll pop out another kid. I don't know, make it number 10.
Yo,
Jermaine.
I think it's a good NFL story. Coming back at 44, making it through the whole game, passing for a touchdown. I believe he had them up 13-3. Like they had Seattle on the ropes, man. They was on the rope a dope for a minute there, and they barely won the game. So for him to do what he did at 44, come back and at least make it a game in Seattle, you gotta give your props to Phillip Rivers for doing that, man. 44, man. That's as a quarterback, I ain't think I'd never see it. So for him to come back and do it and make it a game, I gotta give my props to him. I thought for sure that he was gonna get hurt or just throw like 3 interceptions and they'd be like, all right, this experiment is over. But he didn't do that. He did what he had to do for the most part until the end.
Hey, the thing is, for me, it works. He tried it. Guy just coming off the couch, like you mentioned. He survived. He's 44 years old, out of shape, high school football coach. He works for the first game. He's still walking. He's not limping. We'll see what
We got that
happens next
icy
week.
hot on today, though.
Hey,
You able them joints that he haven't moved in 5 years.
I think
hey,
he'll once another week under his belt, get some more reps. The fluidity it'll be better as far as with the offense, the team itself.
that 40
Because
that
he just threw him in the
49ers
fire. You know
defense
what I mean?
though, boy.
You're
He
gonna
make
come
it
out.
through that. Even though they got so many injuries, they
Salah.
still good on defense.
Salah's gonna come after his
And
ass.
then after that, you got to go against the #1 defense in the
Right.
league. Them,
Oh man, we ain't even
Hey,
gonna talk
boy.
about Houston, but yeah,
one week at a time. He played it safe though. He played it safe.
Yeah, fellas, the next game we're gonna talk about, man, arguably is the game of the week. Some might argue with it against the Rams and the Lions, but for me, for a lot of Western New York fans, this might be the game of the week, man. Bills versus Patriots had everything you could look for in sports: momentum swing, coaches chasing match, and the late game nerve. The reasons why I believe in this Buffalo Bill team, because we see something different this season from Buffalo. They don't just start well, but they finish well. And that's what I love about a team that knows how to make an adjustment in game. I don't want to hear no more excuses, my guy. We don't want to hear no more excuses from Buffalo Bill fans. I love my Bill brothers. And we got one of them here. Jermaine, talk to us about Buffalo comeback, 21-point comeback against the New England Patriots.
Well, before I start off what I feel about that, it's never making excuses. All I said was Josh Allen played well and they still lost the game. It's okay with saying somebody played well and still lost the game. I believe that first Super Bowl, Jalen Hurts outplayed Mahomes, but he lost the game. Unfortunately for Josh Allen, that happened 3-4 times. But before I get into this game, the Bills defense is horrible. We started off being down 21-0. Drake May was out there running like he was Josh Allen. He had 2 rushing touchdowns, and it was just not looking good. I mean, Biss White was looking old. Poyer was out there looking old. Act like they didn't want to tackle. But man, having Josh Allen, that's just if you got Josh Allen, you have a chance. As bad as the defenses is, we don't really have a #1 wide receiver. James Cook is another guy that helps out Josh Allen a lot. But Knox, I mean, he was great in that game. I ain't hear about Knox in forever since we had Dalton Kincaid. So he had 2 touchdowns, I believe, and that helped us out a lot. Finally, in that second half, our defense came along and got a few stops. And then once Josh Allen get going, man, it's hard to stop him, man. He started going in that Superman mode. And man, that's a whole nother story. The Patriots, though, I feel like they pulled out some of the little tricks out the bag a little too early. But Josh McDaniels, a great offensive coordinator, but that's why he'll never make it as head coach. He pulled out tricks in like the first or second quarter, and then he just got too vanilla at the end. Like the running game was working, and he just okay. I figured I'd try to use Drake May now since they talking about him being MVP. Should have just stayed with the run. I mean, I think the rookie had about 180 yards on us, 2 touchdowns, and he didn't do enough of it for me. Yeah, like I would have kept going to it. I mean, you gave Josh Allen a chance to come back. You up 21-0. There's no need to keep throwing the ball in my eyes. But man, to have Josh Allen and he just do what he do. He fights through the whole game. He never gives up. You're gonna have to bury him 50-0 before he gives up. So as long as I got Josh Allen, I feel like I have a chance. And like you said, no more excuses. It's no Patrick Mahomes. It's no Joe Burrow. It's either Super Bowl or bust. And you're hearing it from me first. They don't win the Super Bowl, I don't want to hear about it. Plain
You
and
see,
simple.
I was gonna
My man.
respond to you when you were talking about you're not trying to make excuses about when you mentioned Jalen Hurts. I'm talking about the Buffalo Bills. I'm not directly talking about Josh Allen. We all know he's a baller. This is the thing about Buffalo Bill fans that respond whenever you mention Josh Allen's name. When I mention Josh Allen's name, I am not talking about just Josh Allen. I'm talking about the whole
I
team.
will, Musa.
Yeah, but no, not today. Because like what I was trying to say about the Buffalo Bills, no more excuses. I mean, like the whole as a team. There's no more excuses because this is how you win games. This is how you define a great team, a head coach that learn how to make an adjustment. I feel like most of the times when you guys lose against Kansas City, it was adjustment issues and how you guys control the game. Going down the field, just scoring touchdown back to back, dude, just as fast as you can, does not win you games against quarterback like Patrick Mahomes or a head coach like Andrew Reid. You had to understand how to control a game and keep the momentum on your side. And I see Bills doing it this season, especially in the second half. No matter how they're down, they find a way. And we don't want to hear about the defense, that. Because yesterday's game against the Patriots, I see the defense make plays when it matters to give Josh Allen the ball back. And that's how Bills. And
So I'm not gonna let you. I'm not gonna let you say that.
No,
I
I'm
watched
just
this
saying.
team. That defense is bad.
I
They made
understand that.
plays,
I understand.
but
But
that defense is bad, dog.
But we're talking about in the second half for Josh Allen to come back to come back 21 points down or 14 points down
because it's horrible.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about the games that they come back, especially when the NFC East. Well, I mean, when the AFC East is on the line.
If you don't have no Josh Allen, though, they ain't coming back, dog.
But if the defense would never made them stop in the second half, if the defense would never made
doing that in the playoffs, though.
I get that.
You gotta know the playoffs is a whole different beast. You do that with Houston or the Broncos, that's not happening.
You could say the same thing about the offense. What offense didn't score enough points in the first half for them to go down 21 points? You can say the same. I'm just saying that adjustment that they made in the second half, the defense had to make a stop. The defense had to play well for Josh to have the ball back. And one thing I noticed is that Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, especially when they got this comeback king title, the defense was able to get enough rest on the sideline because they are making a long drive, a long plays to keep the main thing. We're gonna control this game, not just trying to rush it. We gotta give our defense time to catch the breath. They actually execute the way they were supposed to execute when they're playing against the top quarterbacks like Patrick Mahomes. Keep the momentum. Don't just try to think that scoring points, everybody's going crazy. When you score points, you still have the time on it. I'm not saying don't score points, but you got to control the game. Josh Allen did that yesterday. All these comebacks that he did. Defense had to make a stop for Josh Allen to get the ball back. Yes or no?
Let me put input on this. Two things could be right at the same time. Both of you guys are right. You get what I'm saying? The Pats started off hot. You know what I'm saying? Drake made with the 2 touchdowns. He, like Jermaine said, he was running like he was Josh Allen, like he had something to prove. And then Trayvon Henderson, he ran for 148 yards, which what you were saying, Musa, like the defense had to step up. The run defense didn't step up. You know, Jermaine was right. The run defense didn't step up. You let Trayvon Henderson run for 148 yards. You get what I'm saying? But then turn around, like Musa said, the coaching staff made adjustments at halftime. If you didn't know, the first half, Josh Allen only had 35 passing yards. That is not even heard of with a Josh Allen. You get what I'm saying?
Guess what though? I believe they had it like 4 times because the Patriots was running it down their throats. They did what Musa's talking about. They was controlling the ball by running it on us. You know what I'm saying? When you do that and you don't have Josh Allen on the field, you basically you have him, you know what I'm saying? You have him in a defensive mode. He can't do nothing. If the defense is not stopping the run.
But in the times that he does have the ball, you telling me he can't throw for over 35 yards? You get what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like,
listen,
the time of possession, I can't remember off the top of my head.
We got to remember, man, the Patriots defense is not that bad, man. They pretty damn good.
No, listen, I agree with you.
You know what I'm saying?
Good.
Josh Allen don't have a number 1 wide receiver. The last time I checked. Like, okay, the defense did make stops, but at the end of the day, Josh Allen still got to go out there and do work. James Cook still got to go out there and run.
Yeah.
The fact still remains. You don't see. This is where the bias coming at because listen,
it ain't
Jermaine,
the bias.
You
last
don't
week
say
against
this,
the Bengals,
you don't say
how
this.
much points did the Bengals score?
Hey, but listen,
they got a couple stops last week too.
And they came
how much
back,
points
right?
did the Buccaneers score?
200 yards. He had over 200 yards passing. This week he only had 193 yards passing. He didn't even have 200 this week. And they did a comeback. Last week, they did another comeback when the coaching staff made adjustments last week, and then they made adjustments again this week. This is why I said 2 things could be right at the same time. Musa talking about the adjustments of the Buffalo Bills, which they did, and then you're talking about the defense their defense is not up to par, and this is why I say the Buffalo Bills may not go that far. And they on a hot seat, basically. You get what I'm saying? And I'm not even going to say I'm not even going to say the Buffalo Bills as an organization are on a hot seat. I'm going to say Josh Allen is on a hot seat. And before you say anything, let me give you my reason why Josh Allen is going to be on a hot seat. It's because now the narrative is going to be there's no Patrick Mahomes to be in your way. There's no Joe Burrow to be in your way. There's an injured Lamar Jackson that's in your way. Now, if you don't go to the Super Bowl, it's a bust. If you don't win it, it's a bust. Because the way the human mind works is they're going to use that against Josh Allen. And that's why he's going to be on the hot seat. It's not necessarily the Bills fans. It's going to be an outside noise. He doesn't have anybody in the division to stop him. You're going to let these new guys, the Bo Nicks come in and the Drake Mays come in, and then you're going to get the Trevor Lawrences and all of them come in and beat you. That's what's going to be the narrative.
Listen, I won't put it on Josh. I'm gonna go off Musa thing. It's gonna be on Sean McDermott. Josh Allen don't have a number one wide receiver. That's on Brandon Beane. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, Sean McDermott been there 7-8 years. At the end of the day, you the coach. You know what I'm saying? Like you a defensive coach, mind you. Your defense is historically bad. If we lose in the playoffs because we gave up like 30-something points, that's gonna be on Sean McDermott, and he has to go. To me, Josh Allen gonna be here for the next 7 years. Sean McDermott ain't promised that.
He should have been gone. But listen, I'm sorry, Kobe,
Right.
but if say Josh Allen goes out and win these games with the team that he have, he gonna look like Superman for real. And I would like to see Buffalo win. You get what I'm saying? But I'm gonna let Kobe talk. I ain't gonna take too much of y'all time.
Okay, no, I'm just gonna say that no matter how you look at it, like that's Josh Allen, but it's like
Bro, stop, yo, we can't hear you that good, man. Stop sounding so cute, man. Get closer to the phone. We can't hear you that good, man. Yeah, there we go.
can you hear me?
You all right? Hello, Kobe.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, can you hear me? But no, I just think it's always gonna come down to the quarterback, no matter what, whatever the defense or coaching schemes or anything, in-game adjustments. I think it always come down to the quarterback, win or lose. They always have like all the pressure on them as far as win or lose. If it take you to the next step, the promised land, go to the Super Bowl. And I just think it might be different this year. Obviously, hence KC being out, because that was always the Achilles heel for the Bills. But I just think it always comes down to the quarterback play. Even if you played a great game, but just like they're always gonna point the finger at the quarterback.
Yeah.
In any
Like I
any
feel like
aspect
Josh
when it
Allen
comes
has
to
some bad games
win or
this
lose
year.
or take it to the
They don't
next
talk about it enough.
step. I will say
What you
though,
said,
the
Jermaine?
last two
And you know
games,
what? And you know
I
what?
feel like
the
Josh
halftime
Allen had
adjustments
like
for the
some
Bills been
horrible
great.
games this year, but they don't talk about it enough. Soon as Jalen Hurts have one bad game, they talk about him like, I mean, I seen one reporter ask the coach, should they bench Jalen Hurts?
Nothing surprising about that. Like
Should they bench Jalen Hurts from one bad game? And I don't even think he had a bad game. I think it just, you know what I'm saying? It's
That's
just
just
as an
asinine.
Eagle
them
fan, I gotta
being,
cut you.
that's
I
just
gotta cut
Philly,
you.
that's Philly media for you though.
I gotta cut you off, man. As an Eagle fan, bro, the games
Brotherly
against the
love in
Chargers.
Philly. I don't know why they call it the brotherly love state.
Hey, bro, as an Eagle fan, the game against the Chargers, he had a bad game, man. He single-handed, I believe, lost us that game. So yes, AJ Brown
But
got a
what
couple
I'm
drops that could have won the game. That could probably put us up, whatnot. But having five turnovers, especially the last one,
so
it's
you trying
okay.
to say so you trying to say that quarterbacks can't have a bad game?
Yeah,
So what
I'm
they
not.
have a bad game?
My
That's
point
not what I'm saying.
exactly.
That's not what I'm
Who
saying. I'm not
cares,
saying.
though?
You
It
see, this is the
happens,
thing. There's
bro.
the thing, though.
You
I
can't be
didn't say.
perfect.
That's what I'm trying to say. I said in that game against the Chargers, he had a bad game that cost us the game. I'm not saying the quarterback can have a bad game.
The reporter was hard on him. That's what Jermaine was saying.
He said,
Right.
he's asked
okay,
that man,
you
should
can
you
have
bench
a
him
bad
though?
game.
You
but
bench is
you shouldn't be
crazy.
so hard on him.
I'm not
and
saying,
hard
dude,
on
he should
Josh
never
Allen.
get benched. I agree with you guys. I
Right.
remember we spoke about this last time. I was like, yo, for them to say that, they would have never said it if that would have been a Josh Allen. They would have never said it if that would have been
My
Joe
point
Burrow.
exactly.
now.
Yeah, that's
they,
that.
They
So I
gotta
get your
stop
point.
being like that.
But
Yes.
also, Jermaine, you can't be too hard on Buffalo defense either, because
Right.
this game, the defense actually won them the game with the interception, and then at the end of the game, Joey Bosa with the deflection to basically win the game.
That's
Listen,
what I'm trying
So
to
you
say. So
can't be too
everybody's
hard.
talking.
that
Listen, there's gonna
interception,
be
that
times where
interception was at the 10-yard line. That
it
didn't
doesn't
help
matter.
us win.
It
That
doesn't
was a
matter.
third
It's a
and
turnover.
25. They
That's
It
would
not
have
the
doesn't
been
point.
punting.
matter,
We'd have
bro.
been at the
The
10-yard line.
A
point
Trying
is
to.
turnover is
that
a turnover, bro.
the point is
And
that they
then
made a turnover to
No,
give
no,
Josh
no,
Allen
no.
the ball back.
No,
listen,
a
it
turnover.
was an
A
important.
turnover is not just a turnover when it's 3rd and 25. That was like a punt. That's what they would have did anyway.
It don't
Now, if they would have
matter.
got the interception and they would have been on their 10-yard line, that's a whole different story from a
You know
turnover.
why? You know why that interception was so important? Because the Patriots is a team that could get a first down in a 3rd and 24.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Look what
Listen
happened
to
with the
me.
Falcons
Listen
when
to
they
me.
won
If
last week.
Tre'Davious White doesn't intercept that ball, right? It's 4th and 25. They're punting anyway.
Jermaine, can you move? Can you move
That's what
into
I'm
the
telling
camera,
you.
please? So I can see
That's
your
what I'm
whole
telling you.
face.
I'm on here the whole way.
Go back and then move to the side. Now
Now
you
you're upside
upside
down.
down.
Shit, y'all motherfuckers. Shit.
There
I
we
don't know
go.
what's going on.
Just move it to the right a little bit.
All right, fellas, man. I don't want us to stay in one game for forever because we don't got that much time. But I do have this question: so, which NFC win told us more? The Rams outlasting the Lions in a shootout, or the Eagles answered doubters with a dominant bounce back? CJ, podcast C, talk to me.
I think it was the Eagles, man, because quiet is kept. The Rams, like they could go to the Super Bowl, but I think it was the Eagles because that bounce back game, man. They needed that, man, because that division is getting close, And if Dallas would have won, ooh, y'all would have been in trouble. The thing I don't like about the Eagles is it's a lot of drop passes. I mean, Goddard, he dropped the TD in the end zone in the first half. That was crazy. You get what I'm saying? But the good thing is Barkley showed up. You get what I'm saying? And Brandon Graham and that defense, they look like a menace. But and then y'all had an interception, and then y'all held the Raiders to like I want to say what was it, 72 yards? You get what I'm saying? Y'all had 3-4 sacks. So the defense showed up, the offense showed up, of course, but it's against the Raiders. That's not saying much. I want to see you guys do something big against another a top tier defense, and then I'll definitely say which I know y'all can. I'm not counting y'all out or anything like that. But it's just one of those things where I feel like it's the Eagles instead of the Rams. You know what I'm saying? Because the Rams did what they were supposed to do. I mean, they on fire right now, and this is the best time to go on fire going into the playoffs. But I give it to the Eagles.
Yeah, I mean, like, totally nail it. I mean, the Rams are the best team in the NFL, in my opinion. But this right here, of course, man, the Eagles answering to the doubters that this is a win I could call it, we're still a team. I see A.J. Brown be more involved. Even to having less catches, he had a touchdown. I seen him running to the sideline. I see him, getting celebration with a Dallas Goddard having this touchdown. I see the team just gelling, having fun doing what they're doing. Yes, things are working. Things was going in their way, excuse me. But this is what the Eagles had to do to show themselves, like, hey, we still want to control the division, and we still could do this. We are that talented. And Jalen Hurd coming back and playing like the way he played in this game, been the main thing, like he always say, I just want to win. It's all about winning, and I love his press conference. He's built for this. He went through it in Alabama. His whole career, he went through it. He got benched for Tua, which I don't know why. Now we know. But anyways, man, moving forward, bro, man, this is just one of them games, man. You just have to beat. There's a team that you're better than, and you show up, not just beat them, you shout them out. 31-0. There's no issue going against another NFL team, a grown ass man that they're getting paid. But as the Raiders or not, they're grown ass men. They get paid to play the NFL game. But this definitely is the Eagles bouncing back to let the world know we're still that team and we could perform like this. We just gotta see it in the next game. Jermaine?
The Eagles played the Raiders. I mean, they did what they had to do. 31-0, like you said. NFL team is an NFL team, and the league is, what we do now pretty much. You know what I'm saying? And they had a great game. But the Rams did it, to me, to a more impressive team than the Lions. And, man, they have two of wide receivers that is so unselfish and so good. I mean, I seen Devontae Adams at 33 running routes and had them kids looking bad out there. I mean, I think he used to be an NBA player, and he just do a 1-2 move, and I mean, they not even close to him. Having Devontae Adams and Puka and that Verse kid on defense is just a beast. He's learning from Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald been helping him out. I ain't gonna say he the next Aaron Donald, but he's gonna have a hell of a career. Eagles, I like what they did, but what the Rams did to me was more impressive than me. You know what I'm saying? Detroit is a great team on offense. St. Brown, Gibbs, Montgomery, you know, Jared Goff being a great quarterback. They missing Sam Laporta. They have a couple good defensive plays. I believe Hutchinson had that interception. If he could have just ran it in and didn't get caught. The Rams, man, they gonna be tough, man. I mean, they had the Eagles on the rope if it wasn't for them blocked field goals, truth be told.
Yeah, man, but we beat them 3 times already. So, you know, we're not really worried about the Rams. Let me stop.
Bias, man.
Hey, that's the past, man. We ain't gonna talk about those other couple times. And
Yeah, but I
stuff
do
like
get
that.
what you
It's
guys
the
mentioned
playoffs. Y'all
because,
gonna
like,
have to go to their town though. I
and
think
that's
they've been
okay
playing y'all
because,
in
like,
Philly.
when you play, because every team that play in LA, it feel like they're playing at home anyways. It's not like any team feel like away when they're playing it in SoFi Stadium because the Rams fans really don't show up like that. I get what you guys saying because everything that we all talk about the Rams is what? The offensive power, right? But I see a little bit of
Hey,
vulnerability
I
in
just said I
defense.
just talk about their defense too. Don't do me like that.
Top notch too. It gotta
Yeah,
be top 5.
No, but also in this game, I saw some of the vulnerability that the defense had. The wins can tell a lot, but to allow them to score that many points, and if you let's just say if they play against a good defense like Philly, like we all talk about, right? Some defense are better than other defense, and the 1 or 2 stops matters, and we've seen it happen when they play against Philly. You know, but I'm not saying that the Rams are not the best team. I believe the Rams are the best team in the NFL. But to watch them play against the Lions, I see a little bit of vulnerability on the defense.
Now, being the best team in the NFL, I don't know. I think the Broncos might have something to say about that, but they definitely the best in the NFC for
I
sure.
think they're the best team in the NFL.
I agree with Musa. I think they probably the best in
I'm not saying
the
that
NFL.
over the Broncos
It's just that
right
they not getting a lot of
I'm
light.
not saying that against the Broncos. Broncos won how many in a row?
Yeah, but
Who got the better record, the Broncos or the Rams? Let me know.
Okay, that's true. But
So
listen,
that's my this is
Look,
my
Kai.
opinion.
who have the most
I'm fine with
experienced
Musa's
coach?
opinion.
The
I'm
most
just saying
experienced
Kai.
coach.
I think the Broncos might have something to say about it.
I
That's
think.
all I'm saying.
Listen, I don't disagree with you. I'm sure they might have something to say about it. But the Rams,
See,
exactly. And the Rams
I'm
high
try-
power
That's
offense
fine.
I'm
and
sure
their
Denver's
defense is
offense.
strong and disruptive. You got to remember they have a very dominant defensive line. And then you got, like you said, they got Verse, and then they got the kid Byron Young, and then the Ford kid that's also nice. They rank in points allowed. I think it was like in the red zone is like I can't remember. They have the most takeaways in the red zone. You got to remember that. And they don't even pressure the ball. They don't even blitz as much. No, I'm talking about the Rams. They don't even blitz as much.
Denver?
You get what I'm saying?
Or
And they
talking about
have
the
the
Rams?
most takeaways in the red zone. You
Rams?
got to remember that. That defense, the defense,
Yeah, no,
the
they're not a
offense
high
is
blitzing
already
team.
solidified. You get what I'm saying? We already know what the Rams' offense is. What's surprising in this year is their defense.
Yeah, but they
might be without
without
Adams. We will see. Rest up, Adams.
Well, guess what?
Adams.
They lost to the Eagles this year. They lost to the Seahawks this year. They are beatable. We're not gonna act like they some unbeatable team now.
So they got a lot of
That's
weapons.
not what
Though.
we're saying. I'm not saying that because, like,
I'm talking to
Well,
Charles.
shootouts.
Like
They
you
should have beat the
I
Eagles.
putting out
didn't say they
stats.
was.
Stats
I
don't.
never said they.
Stats
I
ain't
said they're
going. Stats
surprising.
ain't going to win you every game. You still got to go out there and perform.
Okay, so let me ask you this, Jermaine.
If I can say my defense is historically bad, and you can say they won us the game and all this,
we're not about
then
to
the
do
Broncos
that.
got a chance with
who
their
offense
defense.
you rather have? Who offense you rather have? The
It's not
Broncos
about
or the
what
Rams?
it's not about what I rather have.
I'm asking you a
The
question.
league is about what have you done for me lately, and they
Okay,
won
they've been winning.
10 in a row or 11 in a row. That's all I'm saying.
You just talk about.
The league is what have you done for me lately? What have they done lately? Win. That's it, right?
Put your money where your mouth is.
The
That's
league
what
is what have you done for me lately? What have they been doing? Just let me know.
Who have the Broncos been playing?
It
Who
don't matter.
division
You
harder?
play.
Who
You
division
play who's
harder?
on the schedule. You can't play who you
Who
want
division
Charles
is
to play.
okay?
You
Who
play who
division
you
is
play.
harder? Who? Okay, you're right. But who division is harder? Rams or Denver? You play the teams in your division twice a year. Who division is harder? I'm waiting.
It don't
That's
matter.
8
You only
games you
can play
got.
who you
That's
can
6
play.
games you got to play.
You
Who
only
division is
play who
harder,
you
bro?
can play. You only
You
play who you
right.
can play.
But who division
What?
is
Denver
harder?
got San Diego and the Chiefs in it. The Super Bowl chance.
The teams they do shit this year.
It don't matter about what they ain't do this year. You didn't know they was gonna be trash this year in the first game of the year.
You just say okay. Check this out, fellas, man. All right, I get it. You know what I mean? You're right, but
you didn't know when they was gonna play the Chiefs that they was gonna lose. Did you pick the Broncos to beat the Chiefs?
No, I didn't.
Okay, then my point exactly.
My thing
Is
is,
the Chargers
we talking
good
about
this year or not?
This
Is
year,
the Chargers good or not?
we're talking about they're up and down, slippery slope.
Now they up and down. Okay.
Slippery slope. They record
Okay.
proves it.
Okay.
They could win
The
3 in a row. They
49ers
lose. They
the
just.
four-
They just. They
the
just.
49ers are gonna end the season winning over 10 games. The Seattle Seahawks is gonna win 10 games. The Rams are winning over 10 games.
Listen,
And
just
when you
because
look,
your division, just because your division have 10 wins with 3 teams, that don't mean you that great.
We're talking about this year.
Minnesota was 15-2 last year and they lost in the first round. That doesn't mean anything. It means
Proving our point. You proving our point. Denver got
it
the
ain't
best
no
record
proving
in
no
the
point.
NFL and
This
still
year?
lose.
No, last year it's still this year.
The
Packers, Detroit, and Chicago is great records right now. Detroit might not even make the playoffs. That don't means that like Detroit is still behind them too.
8-6.
That don't
Detroit.
mean nothing.
8-6.
It's
Wild
about
card,
who
maybe.
you play and when you play them.
You're right. I'm not saying that, but you proved our point by saying last year, once they had the best
You trying
record
to say
and lost in
because
the playoffs.
you trying
right?
to say because that division has more wins that they are a better division. That's not
No,
true.
I said
That's
that
not
division.
true.
I ain't say about wins.
That's what I
their
said. That's not what he
division
said. I
this
said that.
year is
Listen,
harder.
You only
than,
saying their division is better because they have more wins. Why is you saying their division better?
Look,
Because
look,
the performance,
dude,
the way I watched them play and compete against other teams.
Offense and defense of both of the teams in their division is 10 times greater than the teams that's in your division. This year we talking about. We're not talking about past. We talk about right now in the division. Like you said, you have the Chiefs. The Chiefs not better than nobody in that division.
All right, fellas, let's move on, man. For the first time in 7 years, I could actually sit there and talk about like I had believe in the Buffalo Bills to do something different because they remind the league with this win against you England Patriots, not trying to cut you guys off, no disrespect, just trying to, keep the thing going because we don't got that much time. We're already over the hour mark. NBA Friday is coming up. Hopefully you tune in and the San Antonio Spurs do the thing, but let's talk about Buffalo for a minute. The one uncomfortable football game. They remind you England that they're still the dog in the division. It was a great win by Buffalo. Finally, can we please get a Buffalo Bills head coach a round of applause for learning how to adjust in game? That was a great win. Here we go. And the AFC now is wide open. Anybody could, and nobody should feel safe because anything could happen, man. December doesn't lie. It just reveals some good teams and bad teams.
Damn time.
That was one of the worst teams, so we all know that. But Contenders going to respond, and the Pretenders are going to get exposed. That's what happened in December. We'll be back next time. Please subscribe and press the like button so you can hear CJ, Podcast C, and Jermaine go back and forth at it. Colby, thanks for being here. NBA Friday, we coming back. Thank you guys, man, for watching Balaz Sport. Not offense. It's all love, man.